What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Banter. We're here with the great Damian Maffei. We were trying. Oh no! Did I butcher the name too?
No, great. What?
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say. I was like, shit.
Damian, man.
Yeah. We are. I was about to say, because if I butchered the name too, because we already butchered it at the beginning. Because if you're noticing right now, all you should be seeing is Damian. Because for some reason we got a new program, and this is the first time I've overlooked it by myself. It is not letting us go to split screen. We were gonna mess around with it for a little bit longer, but in the end, I was like, let's just get this show on the road, because we were supposed to do this like a week ago, and I wouldn't try to drag this out anymore. Plus, we have Damian to look at, right? Anyways, so Damian, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Damian Maffei, or Maffei. Really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I guess you have me on here because I've been in some stuff, I guess. It's quite an introduction. This is why I usually introduce myself. Yeah. I was into some things like The Strangers Pray at Night and Haunt, Wrong Turn, which came out sometime recently in some theaters and on demand, however these things happen.
Yeah.
Too.
Hell yeah. Good deal, man. We normally do some trivia, but I think we're going to jump straight into the questions on this one.
Ask me trivia questions? Fire away. I can do it.
The trivia questions? See, we were going to do it. We were going to do trivia, but Tyler, the guy that's been doing the trivia questions, was out of town this month. So unless we got some random ones on spot, I think we'll jump right into the interview this time, bro.
Tell Tyler to shoot them at me.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we can text him and he can just like write us as we go, and just, you don't know if it's a fucking question from the interview or a trivia question. It's a surprise kind of thing. All right. What is the work you were most proud of outside of your recent theatrical run?
Overall in the world?
Yeah. Every bit of
most proud of some theater, stage theater that I'm proud of. Show called Miracle Day. That was my Broadway debut in New York.
Hell yeah.
Broadway and off Broadway. That was a challenging role. That was a fun run. I really enjoy doing theater. So for a while there, the only good work I was doing was on stage. So Miracle Day, How I Learned to Drive. That's another excellent play. Really different parts for me that really kind of challenged me. So I think career-wise, those are highlights. It's something, no one else is going to see, so you just have to take my word for it.
Yeah, most proud of it, I guess. Damn, dude, I'd like to get my hands on that. That's kind of why I wanted to ask this question, because being a fan of your work, I'm like, maybe he's got some like deep cuts that people aren't talking about enough.
Well, I do. I haven't done one in a while, but I used to do a fair amount of musicals.
Really? Now, see, I didn't know that about you.
Music Man. I'm not a great singer. Something like Guys and Dolls, a little more my speed, or the Music Man, because the Guys and Dolls. I mean, if I'm playing Sky Masterson in it, the main guy, it's a little more of a loungy feel. The Music Man is, Preston. It's more kind of a fast talky type really character singing as opposed to, gorgeous.
Yeah. That's cool as shit, though. I would have never expected that about you. Hell yeah. That's why we do these things, right? We learn something new every day.
I mean, these people who I did all the theater with can't believe the stuff I do now. So,
No, it's vice versa. Yeah. I can see that. All right.
Just speaking on musicals, have you seen The Book of Mormon?
I have not seen it, but I'm a big fan of the music and the very brilliant lyrics and songs. Obviously, exceptionally written play. So it's on a lot in my household. Not for me. My wife is a big fan. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty great. I do want to see it.
Yes, it's
I got
hilarious.
Too.
I've seen it, I think, two or three times that they've come here, and I've seen it every time. It's fantastic.
And every time he talks it up, and part of me is like, "It's dope," but the other part of me is like, "I get it. Damn it, I need to see it."
It's so funny.
Like, what am I doing?
And Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they're geniuses with.
Well, they did Cannibal the musical too. So.
Oh yeah, shit. Hell yeah, dude. Well, there you go. There's the musical and the horror shit. I guess it does connect in some way. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I work hard enough
all my life, but you can like and do other things, especially if I'm not like a horror actor. It's not like I can only do horror movies. I mean, if I'm going to go or try to push a project, it's going to be more horror or genre. But I mean, I really enjoy doing the theater, the musical. I'm not a great dancer. I'm not a good dancer either. Pretty bad dancer. But I mean, I put the work in. I try.
That's all that matters.
So would you say you're a good horror movie actor or man behind the mask type of person? Because I'm asking you this specifically because I'm trying to get a gauge of how you talk about yourself. Because if you're like, I'm not all that great in horror, I'm gonna be like, okay, this motherfucker's a great dancer.
I think I'm a good actor.
Okay, cool.
I think I'm a good actor for anything. Like my things, like like I don't know what the horror movie, like when I used to hear growing up, horror movie actor, it was sort of a negative thing. It's like it's only good enough to do horror movies. Work they can get. So it was kind of an insult, really. Me, if I'm being a horror movie actor, it's because I love doing horror movies. I mean, I don't want to just do anyone. I'd like to do quality ones. I kind of where I started to really kind of make a nick in there with The Strangers and then Haunt. Those were interesting because it's not, I went to acting school, went to, prestigious acting school, very hard work, William Esper Studio in Manhattan. All these years of theater, that's not really what you're preparing for. It's to run around with a bag on your head. So it's not really acting in that sense. So, like really that's kind of why when they first asked me to do The Strangers, I was like, hey, I don't think this is for me.
Mm-hmm.
You're a huge horror movie fan. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely, and I'm excited about you doing this sequel, but I think you don't need an actor to do this. But I mean, I read the script and I was like, well, this is the kind of the challenge of this thing is to try to find those little moments where you can, put some behavior in there or find moments where you can make it your own, not over the top. But, they take away your face, take away your voice. And that. So, you're just going to kind of, make some behavior and make it so that it's something other than just anybody in the mask. So I think I did, I think I did some some cool stuff in there when And some of the stuff didn't make it to the final cut, which was, creative choice and one that I completely respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as me being in these kind of almost silent and obscured roles, I think, I try to bring something new to each one of them and make them memorable. Because I am a horror fan, and I grew up, watching these things. So I knew, that when the movies go on to have lives and all the merchandise and stuff, it's the villains that the horror community or a horror fan kind of most of all.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That's who they're dressing up as, and that's who, the figures of boxes or whatever. So, if you got a chance to grab something and make it, go for it.
I mean, it is true, man. I mean, you look like you talked about, like how you're a sackhead killer. Let's just jump it over to Friday 13th Part 2. Jenny, the final girl, she might be the most popular final girl in that whole franchise, but it pales in comparison to Jason Voorhees. It's not even close.
Oh, yeah.
I love Friday too. Favorite Friday 13th film. So, but I mean, I agree. Jenny is great.
Yeah.
There's a relatability to her. She's, she's kind of, average, kind of, the girl next door kind of thing. But she also kind of dives into that. I think someone's being out in the background.
Yeah. Speaking of Jason, what it is.
It's and she also kind of like dives into the whole possible backstory of Jason, which a lot of people don't like, but so that's why we like Jimmy.
Hell yeah.
All right. So what would be your dream role if you had to pick one?
Dream role.
Oh man.
I don't know if there's there's a movie that we're working on. It's called The Events Surrounding a Peeping Tom.
Oh shit. I ain't heard about this one.
I mean, that's my dream role as far as a role I know exists. And I've read the script.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do it. And I think it'll be, something completely, no one I know has ever seen me like that.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to do. Like that's, and this is a project, we've kind of been nudging along for a long time. So it's very exciting. It's very near and dear to me now. And like that is my dream role. I think as far as a dream property I'd like to be a part of, probably I'd like to do, the Rod Taylor part in like The Birds. Although I know, flip that. They do that with everything. I'd really love to be in like a Blob movie.
That would be dope.
Blob. Or maybe I could be the Blob.
Like literally the Blob.
Yeah, maybe I could be the Blob, right? But
that would just suck though.
I love the Blob. I love the idea of the Blob.
Oh yeah.
So I could dig being in a Blob movie. Kind of wanted to see Rob Zombie's Blob.
Really? Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just wanted to say, I don't know, if it would have that, Rob Zombie thing to it, kind of that trashy thing, like Blob and trashy movie. Sounds interesting.
I wonder, it's one of those things like it'd either be like the best thing ever or it'd be the worst thing ever. Like there's no in between. Like
I'm all for that as long as that's why I don't, I'm not anti-remake or
me neither.
It's like just keep giving it to me. Like one of my favorite movie, definitely a contender is the original Black Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
As you probably know,
I actually have a question that kind of ties into that.
So I don't mind these not I mean, I also don't like them, but I'm trying them. The first remake, has its merits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to comment on the second one. That'll open up a whole rabbit hole. So on a scale from 1 to fuck all you inbred loving bastards, how tired are you of defending the new wrong turn amongst the people that love the hillbilly mountaintop folk?
I see a lot of it. I see a lot of it. When I got that wrong turn script, I was like, oh, wrong turn. Obviously, I'm going to play one of these mutants or whatever, hillbillies, got the fingers or something, whatever. And then I read the script and I was like, wow, this is not wrong turn. This is
right.
Same writer. So, and I got to talk to Mike Nelson there, and I was like, this is great. Like this movie has a brain in its head. Not that I don't like Wrong Turn or Wrong Turn 2. But I as a movie fan and maybe potentially being in it, I really was excited for it. So but when I was announced for that movie, like I just started getting like 50 messages a day, most on Instagram, from my people in Latin America and Brazil. It was like, I'm the biggest fan of Road to Terror 7 or whatever whatever wrong turn movies were being called there. And I was like, wow, okay. So like I never understood how they had made so many sequels for that franchise, because as far as I knew, nobody was watching them. Certainly after like 2, like 3, 4, 5, 6, never heard anybody talking about it.
Yeah.
How they were justifying, even though very little was being spent on them. So, but then I found out that, it's like Latin America, Brazil is watching. And they're all like, are you playing, Three Finger, whatever, So I knew that these people were going to be disappointed. Both about the cannibal thing and about my participation in the movie.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't expecting you. Like as soon as I heard you posted something about it, I was like, yep, I can already see it. Damian's going to be.
That's what I thought when they sent me the script. And actually when I first started talking to them about it, Mike Nelson was thinking of me for a different part. The part of Nate, the kind of redneck, kind of racist, homophobic guy that they meet in the bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that the guy they meet in the bar? Yeah.
Yeah, and then, he comes back later on, and I was like, oh my god, I need to do this. Like, I don't get this, so I need to do this. Please let me do this. But then they wanted to go a lot older, so Mike was like, how about learning a whole different language and all this other stuff? I'm wearing a 50-pound mask. So, yeah. But it was still great. I mean, that's not something I appreciate the hell out of them for letting me do that. Like, because that was the most acting I had done in years. I had to prepare for that. I mean, that was great. It was like languages and dialects are not my strongest skill set, along with dancing. So getting to do that with Rhea, my dialect and language coach, that was fantastic. And then actually, kind of do some acting and stuff. And it went back to the Strangers type thing, because Mike Nelson was a big fan of that movie, and he felt that I could kind of emit, blast out what I'm thinking or feeling, without you being able to understand what I'm saying. So that was a big part of it. But yeah, anyway, 25 minutes later, to answer your question, I mean, I do see every now and then, people on my Facebook friends being like, shouldn't have been called Wrong Turn.
Yep.
where's the fucking inbred cannibals? And I was thinking, like, and then this Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise kind of reared up for a second. I was like, that's another franchise that just went like,
Yep.
off the fucking rails. Like, there's giant, like, robot cockroaches in that and stuff. Furious? Like, furious. When they went, they were like, yeah, man, he's going to fucking chop people up with an axe. And it's going to have a Santa hat on. And it's going to be boobs. And it's instead of just giant bugs. And you're like, where's the fucking Santa? I don't know, though. There was no internet. We don't know how those people were feeling. But, I mean, obviously, Halloween 3 is like a boy for outrage, for turning the franchise in a different direction.
Yeah, and people are coming around to it now. So maybe we just got to wait it out, and all those haters can eat their words. I don't know.
I mean, I've seen, it's been divided. I've heard more great stuff than I've heard the bad. And to their credit, I do see a lot of people who will say it shouldn't have been called Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
And then the reasons they loved it. Well, I mean, I get that. And I'll tell them, I mean, that's obviously not the case, but you can call your movie whatever the fuck you want. The Wrong Turn franchise doesn't have the monopoly on the phrase or words "wrong turn." So what if it had different?
So
different wrong turns,
right? So you legitimately learned like a language, or at least chunks of a language for the role? Because when I was watching it, I was like, is this like legit, or are they just like throwing some gibberish together? Like, did they just write it out on a piece of paper, like some dumb Chinghua, like just, and then you just memorize it? Like, how's this work? Is he really speaking whatever this is right now?
It's Faroese, the language.
What?
Faroese.
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 Shit.
The Faroe Islands.
Google that.
Near Denmark. It's still spoken today.
Really?
The screen just changed color.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I was like, we got enough going on. I'm not going to stress out about it.
Paranormal thing.
Oh, dude, I just watched that movie Host last night, so let's not even talk about
Is
that.
there screen change color in that?
Yeah, no. In Host, they're all talking to each other like this and shit.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, whoa, like, let's not turn this.
So if you see anything behind me, let me know.
Well, you said somebody was getting murdered in the background, like not even like 10 minutes ago, and then now shit's happening.
That's why I'm hiding in this.
Yeah,
because I don't think they're murdering.
I hope not.
Someone's kids. My kids.
Okay, cool.
Hell
yeah, dude.
Faroese. Yeah, so I
go ahead.
Ray Nolan, who does Star Trek. The voices on there teaches people, although those are made up. But this one was not. Well, it was made up by someone, but a long time ago. Yeah, it's real.
That's crazy, dude. So I guess, well, I feel like enough people have already let the cat out of the bag about Wrong Turn and how it's not the inbred cannibals. That's literally all I see about the movie. And I know I see praise too, but the bad always seems like it comes out the loudest for whatever damn reason, as unfortunate that is. But overall, I mean, I think people, for the most part, that are just watching it on its own merits are enjoying the movie for sure.
That's what I've been seeing, yeah.
Yeah, but this, I'm going to say a spoiler for Haunt for anybody watching, since not enough people have seen this movie in particular, which might be my favorite movie you've done. Was it always the plan to have like those fucked up yet trippy faces under the mask, or is that something that kind of got added on later that was like, oh shit, we can do something like this with this?
No, that was always the plan. In fact, I was supposed to be Red.
Oh shit, Red Foreman.
What's that?
I said Red Foreman. That 70 show.
Dumbass.
There you go. Yeah.
Clarence Monica. Yeah, it was supposed to be Red, and then they did like the whole prosthetic thing. And they were supposed to put the color over me, but I think we all were kind of like, we like this better. We took it to the directors, and they agreed. So I think the red might have been, a little too Zabrak.
Yeah.
Darth Maul race.
Yeah, I thought the same when I saw it. It still looks great, though.
Chucklehead from Insidious.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a good choice. But yeah, no, I mean, the face thing was definitely always part of it. They earn their faces with their horrible deeds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Devil Guy is, kind of done the most.
Yeah, dude, and you absolutely killed that shit. Like, I'm not even going to front because I didn't know anything about it because you didn't really let the cap off that. When you took the devil mask off and you like bent down, we're like, "Who's sir?" That shit. I legit. I'm not even front with you. I got chills. I was like, "Oh shit!" And plus, I know you want to like show, even if there was all this shit and whatever the hell you did with your face in that moment. I'm like, he never gets to take you've talked to me before about how you want to take the mask off. I'm like, at least it's something here. He's at least being able to express himself to an extent here. And I was happy for you in the moment. And then the way you said that, I was like, oh shit, like he's about to kill this even harder now. It's like another layer came out right there. I thought was dope. I always loved that little twist on it. You and the ghost looking guy that was trying to help him get out of there, you two just murdered. Yeah, y'all just killed it. 100%, dude.
That was fun.
Such a good job with that.
That was like more fun than that was like we were filming on Halloween. It was just it was like a dream.
Yeah. And some great lines too. Like y'all, great dialogue.
And I really like that group. That entire group it was a good group of people.
Definitely. So watch Haunt if you have not. Jesus.
Watch Haunt. It's on Shudder.
Yes, Shudder. Shit.
Or, you can rent it elsewhere. I mean, that movie that was supposed to be a big release, and then it kind of got blocked.
Yeah.
For political reasons, and then, kind of stumbled out there. And that may have been the best for it. I'm not sure, because, like, Rangers came out on 2,500 screens and theaters and stuff, and horror fans love them. I am one, but to go see shit in theaters for over movies made for over like $500. The worst fucking thing ever made, man. This is the worst movie ever. Every movie's the worst movie ever, or the best movie ever. So like Strangers, anything in theater anything in theaters gets that. It's the extreme. It's the extreme.
Yeah.
So, the worst thing ever, the best thing ever. And Strangers, it's a slasher movie. People, fans of the first one, were like, why aren't they sneaking around anymore? And it's not the same movie. And how dare you change it? And how dare this and that? So it really got like hit hard off the bat. And I mean, people are coming around to that quite a bit since then. But yeah, Haunt, just kind of snuck out, and people were, it was word of mouth. Word of mouth has really been a big thing for Haunt. It's just kind of like people recommending it and people stumbling across it. So I think that kind of lack of hype or lack of like mega exposure has been good for it, because it didn't have to fight against that. This movie made someone die of fright in the theater. Then someone blew up on that person. It's I know a lot of like serious ends of one already. It's great.
That's awesome, man. It's definitely legit.
All right. So are there any roles that, looking back, that you regret passing on?
Passing on? Yeah.
Is that like a I don't live in regret type of thing? Or is that like,
no,
honestly?
Because I do live in regret, because there are a bunch of roles I wish I had passed on.
Oh, yeah. So this is vice versa. Hey, I told you to ask it that way. No, I'm just playing.
So, that one I can't answer. You'll just have to go through my filmography.
Oh no, I've seen it because like when Strangers Pray at Night came out, dude, because that was before I'd talked to you, and you actually were nice enough to reach out to me and tell me a bunch of like behind the scenes type shit, and then it was from that moment on I was like, this dude's legit, you know what I mean? He's cool to the fans and things like that. But shit, man, it just I don't know. It was one of those things where. Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I completely forgot where the fuck I was going. What was I just saying?
You were talking about.
I think I'm having dementia. Oh yeah, that's right. So after I saw Strangers Pray at Night,
clearly I regret doing.
Yeah, see, I looked at that shit so much it ruined my brain. I'm trying to come back around to it. I'm just playing. I had after I'd seen Pray at Night and I talked to you on there, I was like, let me see what else this guy's been in. And I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, man, a lot of this stuff, I don't know. And I was like, maybe I'll check it out. Never got around to it, but around the time where I thought about checking some of it out, you were like, hey, got a new movie coming out soon, Haunt, all this shit. And then it got pushed back or something like that momentarily. And then I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna ride the wave of what he's putting out right now. So that's kind of like the way I went about it. But I remember looking back on I was just like, I wonder if and that's another reason why I asked you, is there like any roles before your theatrical run you're proud of? Is I was wondering, you're like, okay, there's at least this one gem or something like that. But
there's a movie I did in 2004 or something. It's called Couches.
Couches.
I mean, it was never released. It was like that's probably the best thing I did prior to that.
Okay.
But that was cool. There was like a lot of it was like Macon Blair, who was directing the new Toxic Avenger.
Oh shit, yeah. Ruin
and Green Room.
Great movie.
Yeah, he was in that. He's like the main guy in Blue Ruin and the nice Nazi in Green Room. He was hilarious in Couches. And Jeremy Saulnier, the guy that directed all those things, he was like this, second unit director. Not that there was a second unit. It was a fucking indie movie in Brooklyn. But like that was something I do wish was out. It was a very low budget, New York indie film, but it had heart and it had pretty decent performances and it was funny. So where that movie went to, I don't know. I mean, otherwise, I don't think there's anything.
At least not on the level of what you're doing now.
Not feature-wise, probably.
Got you.
Some cool short films I recommend.
Okay, yeah, you might have to hit me up with those. I don't know if you want to blare them out here, send them on Messenger or something. If there's a way I can even watch.
This movie called Night of the Pumpkin, House That Cried Blood, both directed by Frank Sabatella. Sideshow Pictures did those. I think Fangoria, which was old Fangoria, premiered those on their site at the time. I think those are a lot of fun. I would strongly recommend checking those out. They're both kind of throwbacky. That's Night of the Pumpkin and The House That Cried Blood. House That Cried Blood is my favorite one. Those. You can find those on I think Vimeo or YouTube. Those definitely check out.
Hell yeah!
Good performances, good times, good friends, good food. Not all that though.
Good vibes. Yeah. Any specific scenes from a movie you've done you wish were not left on the cutting room floor?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some, but
right.
Any specific ones.
As soon as you say that, I think of the P. And the screen changes color. That means, that's like the old horror movies where it flashes. So like,
oh yeah.
Coming up. Say, there's Free the P scene. Hashtag Free the P. It's from the movie The Strangers Pray at Night. There's a scene where I read it. I was like, this is fucked up. I'm on foot in The Strangers, and I'm off in the distance, and then Bailey, Kinsey, whatever her name is, protagonist. She sees me. She ducks behind a trailer and crawls underneath it. But I have heard her. I know where she is. And I'm walking around, real stranger like, and it cuts to her point of view, and I walk by, and I come back and turn and put my axe down. It's just my feet. And I start taking a piss a half an inch from her face. She's like there because she thinks I don't know she's there, but I know she's there. And I'm just, draining it half an inch from her face. And, it's just my legs, but in true Damian form, I wanted to do everything. So I had this huge sprayer with the pump, and Johannes is directing me how to pee. the spray and the stream. So I think that's a scene I wanted in there because I was like, this guy's, got a sense of humor. He's fucked up. But I think it was because of that it's not in there. Because Johannes wanted to kind of take away all that humanity and whatnot from him. Because there's a bunch of scenes removed from Stranger's Prey. A lot was cut from that. But there's a lot of, like in the pool scene, there was a lot of buildup going on between me and Lewis before I charge him. Which he spoke about in a few interviews before that movie came out. It's like a lot of huffing and puffing and like, that rage building. And like all that stuff was cut away, kind of trimmed to, make him more of a monster. I get that. But P scene. I think.
Hell yeah, man.
I don't think anything from Haunt was cut.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's a part where I come down a slide after her. And I remember being like, I can't make this look cool.
That's what I was about to say. I don't know.
No matter what, I can't make this look cool. And I felt that way, though, about crawling through the tunnel in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is this cool? I don't feel cool. Sound design in that Mac Smith at Skywalker Ranch did. Like, that's fucking sound design. I was like, oh my God, this is cool.
It worked.
I don't know if that could save the slide thing. And I had to get rid of the pitchfork, too, because I would have killed myself. So that's one scene I just would like to see. But I think it was probably a good thing that was cut.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Because now you're talking about it, I'm like, I have a very strong, like, imagination. I can vividly see that shit right now in my mind's eye. Like, I'm trying to... Yeah, like, does your shit kind of like slide up, or like, how does that work? Is it
rope goes up?
Yeah, how's that gonna work? Yeah, like I'm trying to picture. I don't know, dude. Like, if you did it like almost like elegantly, where you just stood up like almost like a machine, maybe it would have worked. But
well, it's not. I don't think it, because Ronin Flicks put out that beautiful Haunt release.
Yeah,
I guess it's not on there, the deleted scene.
Yeah, I need to get that because when I bought it, they didn't have that. I had to get the DVD at Walmart. I was like, "Fuck, dude!" It's like DVD. It is. I gotta have it.
They did such a great job with that release, Ronin Flicks.
I might upgrade for real. I mean, I like the movie enough.
It's a testament to those two directors who love horror movies and all that shit so much. Kind of like respected the whole villain aspect of it. And, they pushed, because Universal, their release of this thing is just pathetic. Beck and Ryan Woods, and then Justin Beam, pushed so hard to get this cut made. It's got all these great features. And, I have a commentary on there with Chaney and Justin. And it's like, the fucking villain commentary on this movie. Like, when do you ever, get that from, the masked, villains of these things?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's pretty.
I mean, fucking Universal wasn't going to bring me in for the Strangers.
No,
some boutique place will in a decade, but I mean, Scott and Brian are fantastic, and they love this shit. They're fans, and that is like a fan release from Ronin Flicks.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to see that. I bought a couple of their things. I recently got their I Spit on Your Grave release that they did. That's pretty nifty. Even though I'm not a big fan of the latest one. Yeah, Deja Vu.
It's like 3 hours long, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, why is this 3 hours? And then I got like an hour and
It's a
30
lot of
minutes
choice
in.
for like a $100,000 movie or something.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on with this? Yeah,
I
can't
think if
explain.
you're gonna make your $100,000 movie 3 hours long, you better find a way to bring
Dude,
Thanos there or something.
right. I wish I could give some type of praise for it, but honestly, it's just so bad. I can't. And I don't like shitting on movies. I really don't. I try to find the good in everything, but the length doesn't help. But I mean, it just keeps going. You're like, wow, this is just wow.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah. I at least set it out.
Will you watch an entire movie no matter how bad it is?
Yes. I don't know why. I feel like I don't necessarily think this ship's gonna turn around. A movie like this, I'm telling, like the first like 30 minutes, I was like, there's no way. And I'm like, and I still
And you
have the
still
whole
watch
end
it.
game
Why?
left.
I'm always curious why people do it to themselves.
Well, for one, I bought it. So I was like, I feel like, and I have a whole fucking system for all these movies I got back here, dude. Like when I buy movies, they don't make their way into my collection till they like earn it. And the way they earn it is by me viewing it. That way I know I've at least watched it. I see people fucking just put their shit in their collection. And when you have a collection as big as mine, they forget about it. I have all that shit right under the TV in the other room. So like I was like 2 hours into this thing. Like I might break my rule. Here we are.
I'm watching something like I'm not into this. I turn it off because I could be doing something I want to do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the type to look at my phone, but at about an hour and a half in, I was kind of cheating. I was like, oh Jesus. But I was somewhat there. Yeah, it was rough, dude. Honestly.
I haven't seen it. It just seemed like an inexplicable.
You don't. Just don't, dude. Especially if you're like me.
How long? What? I wanted to watch it because I was like, why is this movie so long?
There's 3-hour movies that I enjoy that are kind of like, maybe not the first time I watch it, but like if I love a movie and go back and rewatch it, that's 3 hours long. Like I feel the time a little bit. So like if I really love the movie, like The Green Mile, for instance, I don't feel the time that much on that, but there's times when I watch where every once in a while I'll be like, okay, how much longer we got, let alone a movie like that. Yeah, it's
the Snyder Cut version of My Spit on Your Grave.
Basically, is what it is.
We need a longer one.
It probably feels longer than that, honestly. So you told me earlier, you told us earlier in the interview, you were at least a fan of like the first couple Wrong Turns. I talked to you about some behind the scenes stuff about strangers and all that, but I didn't know if you were a fan of the original. Were you a big fan of the original, or did you kind of just, I'm always interested in that kind of thing where if somebody's like, I actually wasn't a huge fan or I didn't really watch it, I just kind of got thrown into it, or like I was a big fan and I was happy to jump on board. Or maybe
I really liked the first one. I saw it in theaters.
Same.
You know what? And that's a movie where I did enjoy that when I saw it in theater. And then when I think the last time I watched it, which was, I don't know if I watched it because I was doing this, or that's not why. The last time I watched it, like I enjoyed it even more.
Yeah.
I think I just had more fun with it and appreciated it more. And I never disliked it. It was a fun backwoods slasher to me. And the second one, the Joe Lynch one, is it's obviously it's a drop down in production quality because it doesn't look great, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's gory as hell. That whole reality show thing is like such a timestamp of the period when it was made. And, it's just a lot of fun. It's just gory thing. If you like Henry Rollins, he's in it. If you don't, he's in it. Yeah. I can't really say I've seen any of the other ones. I know they get very porny.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that because I've seen a lot of praise for the second one. Like every time somebody talks about Wrong Turn, in my mind, it's like you just need to watch the first. but I see so many people just like stop after 2, and I'm like, after like 2 is a downward spiral to me even. So I've been wanting to revisit.
I mean, I guess I have seen 3 because I wouldn't have just stopped. It's not like that's enough wrong turn for me. I can't take it anymore. No, thank you.
Right. I'm gonna start following directions.
Definitely off put by them.
Yeah, it felt like it was trying too hard or something. Yeah. The sequel to me, but yeah.
So is there a moment or a story that happened on set of one of your films that you're surprised more people don't know about, or a story that you want to share, an interesting story?
Story that I'm surprised more people don't know.
Yeah, this is how we get we try to get the good stuff, because everybody has those behind the scenes stories, but every once in a while you talk to somebody like you and they're like, actually, this is one of the coolest things from the set, but I've never heard anybody talk about it. We usually strike out, so it's okay.
I don't think I'm going to have like some great big story for you. Nothing like out of the ordinary happened.
Yeah, you're just on day 3 of shooting, I upgraded my 6-inch sub to a foot long. So there's that. If you'd enjoy that,
Strangest Great Night had the fucking best food of all time.
Oh, there it is. Shit.
Look, I mean, if you wanted shrimp salad for lunch or whatever, it was just like desserts. It was crazy. I don't think that I recall having heard. This is going to be very boring for most of the country, but
I'm cool with it. Bring it on.
New York. I'm a New York person, so I wasn't really familiar with coyotes.
Oh shit!
And then so coyotes were often making noise while we filmed Prey at Night. In the van scene, we were filming that whole thing, the stabbing. Like they intermittently. It sounded like screaming children. They were making a lot of racket, the Yotes, at that time. It's like, that was kind of chilling, bone chilling. And
that is crazy. That's what I was just saying.
They're like, yeah, it's coyotes. So I'm like, well, I mean, coyotes really aren't scary. They're certainly not, scavengers. But like that was like, why are they making that? So there's definitely audio of these screaming children in the back when me and Mike are in the van, but that's not like a tell all behind the scenes.
That's pretty cool though. That's almost one of those things you're like, do we leave this in? I think it adds character. What is this?
I don't know what it sounded like to me. I was so scared. There's other like little stories in there. I mean, those were all 3 movies, which were all shot, fairly close to one another. So they feature a lot of the same crew on that. So it's kind of like a family thing over there. I mean, they were all just like fun. There was like no serious drama or horrible incident. Like I swung that axe at Lewis in the pool so goddamn much. we did the fight choreography in the day, and then we came back, and they had cameras going. They had an underwater camera, and the crane one, and like we were getting into it. Lewis, it was great. He's great. But I went at him. I swung so hard once. I just lifted my entire body off the ground. Fell on my and I was so embarrassed that I had done that to myself that like I was just laying there like what a dick. But I had the fucking mask on myself, so everyone thought like I knocked myself out. So like I wasn't. Everyone's like, "Oh my god!" They're like running over there to check on me. Like grab me. They're like, "You're right. You're right." I was like, "Get the fuck off me."
I'm fine.
I'm sure you're okay. You're out for a minute. I was like, I wasn't out. I was like playing dead. So nobody. I mean, that someone recorded that somewhere. I've not seen it though. But
That sounds like it needs to be on the blooper
Universal's
reel.
release of that Blu-ray is shit. So
Yeah. I got it, but yeah. All right, man.
So do you have any
That's crazy.
hobbies that you're really into outside of acting?
hobbies. Let's see. Hobbies. I mean, I collect things.
Nice. What do you collect?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
Aliens, so I'll always be suckered into some xenomorph thing or like a Hicks, Corporal Hicks type thing. Or I just went on a road trip. Just came back from there, and little Hudson, took the trip with me, whining the whole way. It's like that. Like I'm a big fan of Judge Dredd stuff.
Oh yeah, the movie I thought you recommended. Yeah, you recommended. I was like, dude, I watched the RoboCop remake, and dude, I'm sorry, it wasn't good. And you're like, when did I recommend this to anybody? I was like, dude, I was like,
again, and then you fucking reminded me again that you watched fucking RoboCop remake.
I straight up, dude. I went back and was like, sure of myself. I was like, no, dude, you totally. And I was like, as I was saying that in my head, you totally. It's RoboCop.
Did you tell me, or did you just let that sit? Was I just like the guy who's recommending the RoboCop remake for months?
Yeah, I thought you were. I somehow mixed up Judge Dredd and RoboCop in my head. I thought about helmets. I guess like I took away and I thought about the helmet and I'm like, it's a remake. And somehow that went to RoboCop in my head and I watched it and I was like, come on.
The RoboCop remake isn't that bad. It's not that.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but
I would not recommend it to anyone, but it's come up in conversation. People are like, you love RoboCop, and I do love RoboCop.
Yeah.
Love RoboCop. So people are like, what do you think about the remake? And we're supposed to be like, it's ruined my childhood. But I mean, as a movie, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Not the first one. And that, both RoboCop and Dredd have, an abundance of, irresponsible violence to them. Appealing to people. So, and then the RoboCop remake doesn't have that. It's kind of soft. It's not the worst thing. But please, on the record again, I never fucking said once.
Like, dude, never put that shit next to my name. Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's true. But that was the thing too, is like the reason we were kind of going back and forth about it was you were saying it was similar to the Raid, but you liked it more than the Raid. And I'm a huge Raid fan. So I was like, there's no way. So when I was watching RoboCop, I was watching it on those standards, even though that wasn't what you were talking about. And I was like, dude, I'm like, I don't know what he sees in this on that level. And I did watch Dredd. I got it on 4K here now. And that's actually because of you, because I was like, I got to do right by this. I got to watch it because I needed to watch it anyways. And I definitely don't like it as much as the Raid, but it is a ton. It's so much better than RoboCop.
Like, I'm not into the kung fu thing, whatever, the kicking and punching. So, like,
yeah,
I don't want all that. So that's why.
Yeah, you cut it.
Dredd is better than the Raid. I said it's often compared because it's, both making their way up type.
Yeah.
That's just like, it's almost like there's a lot of people enjoy both, but like I don't want the punching and kicking stuff. Like I never was into these things.
Yeah, we're opposite on that one, but different strokes for different folks.
Like the one nerd thing. Like remember when back in the in the olden days when Monsters HD was a channel, year or two. I don't even know who had that. Some cable service had that. Monsters HD and then Kung Fu Channel right above it. Kung Fu movies 24 hours a day. And I was like, I can't. I don't even want the channels next to each other. I don't curse people for enjoying it. It's just not for me.
Nah, everybody's got different shit.
Anyway,
Hell
Glad we
yeah.
got it.
So what's the latest on Time's Up, man?
It's in post-production.
Okay.
I've seen an assembly cut of it. It needs to, there's another pass going on there, and then some other stuff going on. I mean, I guess, the hope is December 2021, which is this year. But, there's no guarantees there. It's we can get it finished and then something that we're happy with, then we'll see who wants to put it out. But
Hell yeah.
we can do there. Just not trying to rush it out.
Fuck yeah.
That's the latest.
No.
I'm still trying to get the goddamn Indiegogo perks out.
All right, can you tell us more about this Silent Night, Deadly Night petition?
I know that just kind of came out of nowhere for you. I didn't know. I mainly like what like I don't know if what that means to use the right word, but just like are you really like all in on this too? If this can somehow get groundwork,
I can tell you that whenever a slasher movie, is like announced as having like a sequel or a remake, like someone will tag me in it now, just to tag it. Like, you need to play Michael, you need to play Jason, you need to play Cropsy, Blade. Those last two I would actually be interested in. And then the Silent Night, Deadly Night one, quite a few people tagged me. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, that would be interesting. It doesn't have a mask on, and there is a psychological, kind of
component
potentially to that character. And then the petition started, and I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. And then it was taken off quite a bit. And then there was artwork coming out, and like some of the artwork was fantastic, so I was sharing it. And I mean, I was like, yeah, I mean, I would like to do this because there is, you get that's what I would want to do is, it's a horror movie, it's a slasher movie, and but there is acting to be done. That's like what's most appealing to me. And so I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'd do that. But then the petition was taken off, and I was like, oh my god, and like I'm not like super comfortable with it. Like I'm not weirded out. It's like I know these people really in the very early stages. So like, who are we petitioning? And then I did hear from the producers.
Hell yeah.
They're like, we're super aware of the very passionate petition to get you to play Billy. They're like, we're really in the very early stages. I mean, they were great. They were fantastic. But, they were in the very early stages. They were basically like, please have people stop tagging us and messaging us. So I was like, I did talk to the guy, that Stephen Kohler, who started that petition, and I was like, I mean, I love it. I'm like, I can't like that. Like from the kid who was, would stand in the video rental store for hours looking at, movies to rent, going to a horror convention, the first Fangoria convention, that someone has started a petition that took off for me to play the part in this movie. It's like, it's unreal. It's surreal. It's really, really pretty goddamn wonderful. But I was like, let's just kill the petition. I mean, it kind of did, did grab their attention. They know that some people want it and that I would like to do it. And, if, a little later on, if they start dicking around, we'll fucking fire it up again. We'll start saying,
Go Judge Dredd on them bitches.
Yeah, like a robot remake your ass.
Yeah, you know.
But like Billy in the original movie is like a kid. That's funny. Like I never think about him as being a kid, but I mean, he's a teenager.
Yeah, it's how it is in horror movies though. They always have the person that's like sometimes it's just egregious how old they are, but it's always the older person playing the younger high school kid, college kid.
Well, I mean, I'm well beyond.
Yeah, you know all about that.
I'm well beyond the age to play a teenager, even by high school, but even by movie standards. Maybe not like Slaughter High. I could probably get into a Slaughter High.
Yeah,
because that was those people were like 35. But yeah, I mean, I definitely couldn't do the teen or college Billy. It would have to be a older version. But I'm fucking tired of seeing horror movies with teenagers running around.
I hear you.
Older movies.
All right.
Is there a specific horror director that you would love to work with?
I feel like I'm stumping you a lot.
I mean, the people I have worked with, in the last 3 years, I would definitely get in there with them again. It's spectacular. Really enjoyed them. I don't know. It's something like very lucky. Johannes from Strangers and Scott and Brian from Haunt and Mike Nelson. These fucking huge horror nerds, like people that you can just converse with, and they make references, and you make references. And it's like we know what you're saying, we know what you're talking about. It's great. And, they're just just excited to be doing this stuff. But I mean, aside from them, probably like Neil Marshall is someone who I dig really. Dog Soldiers, The Descent.
I just did a double feature with that literally last week because my brother hadn't seen them.
Love those. There's people out there.
He's had a new movie. He's got a new movie coming out too.
Yeah. I know. I see that. Like Lee Wanell. He's amazing. He's not doing just horror. Upgrade, Invisible Man. I think he's, whatever he does, pretty goddamn great.
Yeah, Upgrade blew my mind for sure.
Upgrade was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Invisible Man. I didn't love it as much as other people, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. It had its moments where I was like, "Oh shit," but something didn't feel. I don't know. I can't explain it. It didn't completely move over to that layer of great for me, and I don't know what it is. It was really well done, but Upgrade, that one like swept me off my feet. It felt new. It felt original. And the twist at the end was fucking amazing. It was just all around amazing fucking movie.
Ben Wheatley, probably someone who I definitely like to do. He did Kill List, which is one of my goddamn favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch.
Oh yeah, for sure. So instead of asking your favorite horror movie, which I'm sure you've been asked a million times, I'm going to make you choose between two horror movies that I happen to know you really enjoy. Watch me be like RoboCop 2. Between Black Christmas and Alice Sweet Alice, one has to go. Can you do it? Or is this even harder?
This isn't nice. This isn't nice. This isn't nice. Well, this is a Sophie's Choice thing.
Yeah.
Weigh your pros and cons with your kids. They're your kids, man. So one's going through an asshole phase, or he's got, doesn't have all of his appendages.
Yeah, I mean, but if we're being honest, we can pick between our kids. Like my second child, I fucking hate her. I'm just playing, dude. I don't have two kids. I have one.
I have three kids, so
yeah, it's
I can tell you right now who the best one is.
Okay, I was gonna say you're just like, and I'm not joking.
The other two were sent here to destroy me. I know it. Alice Sweet Alice would have to go.
Which one do we have?
It's perfect. So Alice Sweet Alice is wonderful, and it's done so many things for me. Like, can't hang with Black Christmas for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. That's a tough one because, like, as I was asking that, I was like, shit, dude, I don't even know what I'd choose. Like, when I made this, I was like, this might be a little easier. And I was like, wait a minute, this might be even fucking harder. But yeah, that's a tough one for me, too. Or both. I mean, they did so much for the genre.
Yep. Black Christmas wins.
Black Christmas wins, dude. You got to do it in the Mortal Kombat voice, though. That's what you need to do, dude. Johnny Cage and in the new Mortal Kombat, you just need to be Johnny Cage. Fuck it. Just show up on set like I'm running this shit.
Well, Johnny Cage is here.
That actually would be dope. Fuck it, right? All right, man. Well, other than that, what's next for Damian Maffei? Maffei. Made me lose confidence in how to pronounce it.
It's Maffei.
I mean, I pronounced Judge Dredd RoboCop remake, so I'm not very good at these things.
RoboCop remake. The Peeping Tom movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Very excited. There's another movie that he's filming, which was pushed for the pandemic a little ways back. Otherwise, we'd be done. I can't announce it yet. That sucks. But it's a sequel.
That really narrows it down. I appreciate it. I'm just playing. I know how to do
that movie that came out before.
Okay. We're getting closer and closer.
It's a true movie. It came out in the 80s. If you can believe that.
Uh-oh. Hold on. We're narrowing it down now. The golden age of horror, basically. And that's if it is even horror. Shit, he didn't even say that, did he? Damn.
It is.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Right. I know they're doing sequels like comedies and stuff now.
Yeah. That'd be some
yeah.
shit if I just yelled something out and you're just like, fuck.
I can say that there isn't a fucking chance in hell you would guess what it is. So.
Did you say no chance in hell or a chance?
No
in
chance.
Hell? No chance in hell. It's a
Doesn't make any
sequel.
sense for there to be a sequel to it. So
is it a slasher movie? Can you say that?
Yeah.
Let me just Slumber Party Massacre.
No, I fucking love that. Though.
I
have my denim jacket. Actually,
shit,
fucking,
dude.
Yeah. Everybody wants me to do the dude from 2. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want the first one. Remake that movie and call me out.
Hey, yeah, I hear you. I was gonna say, dude, if you need to get it. We had Adam Marcus on a couple weeks ago, like we were talking about, and he was just like, "I got sculptures, man." And I know where he started showing all these badass sculptures. I was like, "Shit, dude, we need to pre-plan before the show, like what we're talking about, so we can just have this shit on deck." Hell yeah, man. All right. Well, if there's nothing else you can think of that you're coming out with, because I'm obviously not going to guess this. Actually, I might, but I'm not going to go down the list like Slumber Party Massacre, Stage Fright.
Message me and I'll tell you if you're right.
Stage Fright.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd love that.
Shit. Tammy and the T-Rex. No, I'm just playing. That's not even a slasher. I got that shit over here, though. And I think it might have been early 90s. I don't know.
The T-Rex? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I won't get it. I wouldn't be surprised if I had it, though. Shit.
I would say that you probably did have it.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how deep your collection goes. Are you a big Arrow collector?
Yeah, Arrow, mainly Scream Factory, but Arrow for sure. Well, now you done put Arrow into the fucking mix. Shit, dude. I split my shit off a certain way too, like where it's like so alphabetical and crazy. And I was literally just thinking about splitting up on my Arrows and Scream Factory releases, and now I hate myself because I could have just went down the list of that bullshit. Fuck it. It is what it is. Maybe if I'm lucky, you'll tell me in a message or something. Or maybe I'll guess on there and just annoy the shit out of you. Just for the sake of the interview. I don't think people want to see me like, what about Orca? Like I said, Slash.
Oh my God, I'd love to do Orca. Jesus.
Like I'm playing the whale. It's like,
keep
what?
that Ennio Morricone score? Oh my Goodness.
Yeah, I'm
What
just
the?
looking at random ones.
That's 70s. It's not a slasher. I don't know where you're coming up with these titles.
But that's what I said. That's what I said. You were just like, it's not even a fucking slasher movie. What the fuck?
Day of the Animals.
Yeah, dude, just fucking did the Day of the Animals. Holy
Would
shit.
fucking love to do a Day of the Animals.
The Initiation.
No.
I don't know. The way you looked at that, though, you was like, oh, hold on now.
I just had to process quick which movie you were talking about. Kluge.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think of movies that Initiation. Damn it, dude. It ain't gonna
Forget
work.
it.
It ain't gonna work, dude. I'm trying to like look through it, and there's all these different releases, and now I'm trying to focus on Arrow releases, and I'm like, is that technically a slasher? It's just not gonna happen. Damn it, man. Oh well. Really appreciate you coming on, though, man. Seriously.
You got it. My pleasure.
I wish we could have got the split screen a little more correct and all that.
I'm looking at myself the whole time. So anybody that watches is just going to see me touching my face and trying to,
Yeah. Well, we were just trying to make sure there was no demons or anything.
And an exercise in cruelty. Between that, make me pick between Black Christmas and Alice Sweet Alice.
Hey, but ultimately, though, Black Christmas prevailed. But seriously, though, man,
Has to.
it's a fucking honor to like have you on the show, dude. Like I never would have expected, dude. Like I know you do that type of shit right there, but here's the thing, dude. Like going to see strangers pray at night on the big screen, like opening night, not like Friday, Thursday night, the first night you can get in there and see it, and always like keeping up with it. And I talked to you about this like a couple years ago, so you probably don't remember now, but I would always keep up with like all the shit. It's like, oh, it's in a trailer park, and it would get pushed back, and then it would get pushed back, and then I never thought it would happen, and then out of nowhere, it's like Strangers Pray at Night coming out in like 3 weeks. I didn't even know it was coming. It fucking blew my mind. Like, and it's the same fucking movie oh my God, this is the movie I was reading about. They're actually doing that version of it too. Maybe there was some tweaks or whatever. And then next thing you know, I watched with my brother, and I was really like blown away by it. It was a little more slasher compared to Home Invasion, but it was a great fucking time. And the next thing I know, maybe a couple months later, I would have never thought that you and me could have just like a full-on conversation about it like that. That blew me away. And then now 2 years later, we've contacted each other here and there. For you to be on the show, like for that to come full circle, man, like that means the world to me. Seriously.
My pleasure.
Yeah, completely, man. Yeah, I know this dude right here is pretty thankful too, man.
Yes, thank you, man, for coming on.
You got it. Really happy to do it anytime. Glad we
Yeah,
could finally get on here.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you're welcome back anytime, dude.
Well, I'm not going to do it by myself next time. So you guys
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say we should definitely, it's like let you see who you're talking to type shit.
I am looking at myself.
That's actually what I was wondering. I was like, can he see us or is he just seeing himself? Okay. Well, shit, we're not even really here, dude. The whole time you thought the demons were behind you. You've been talking to them. You're not even doing an interview. This is all in your head. Holy shit. All right, man. Well, I guess that caps it. Again, thank you so much, man. And next time we have you on, we'll try to get this right. Any other time, it would have been right.
You got it. Just let me know.
Hell yeah, man. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you.